Thank you to Corsair for sending us to Computex 2016. Check out their lapdog in the video description down below. Also, thank you to, well, MSI for sending us here, and we're going to check out their Aegis X desktop. The Aegis X is a bare-bone rig in North America, meaning it will come with the chassis, the motherboard, the power supply, the cooling system, and then you're on your own to figure out the CPU, memory, graphics card, storage, that kind of stuff. Outside of North America, it can be set as an entire kit. Starting on the outside, its appearance is pretty awesome. It reminds me of some like crazy robot helmet or something, so that's pretty cool. In terms of I/O on the front, you have a power button, headphone and microphone ports on the right-hand side. Then on the top, there is a optical drive eject button, which we'll get more into later on. A big MSI shield for the automatic overclocking of your CPU. Then on the left-hand side, we have USB Type-C, that's USB 3.1 Type-C, and then two USB 3.0 ports, one of them being a charging port. And then on the very bottom, between the feet on the front, there is an output for HDMI. So if someone wanted to have like a VR headset or something, it would make sense to plug it in there. Then on the back, the custom motherboard has 6 USB 3.0 ports, 2 USB 2.0 ports, a PS2 port, which I actually personally appreciate. I like being able to plug in old keyboards, an Ethernet jack, wireless AC connections, 6 audio jacks, and then there's a really short HDMI cable, which is a pass-through that goes from your graphics card all the way to the front of the case. Jumping onto the inside, you can see that the graphics card is vertically mounted and that there are 3 individual cooling zones. So the graphics card is able to breathe through the side panel of the case. The CPU is actually cooled through a 90mm radiator that's in the bottom of the case and ejects out of the bottom, not directly touching the power supply's air. And then the power supply has its own cooling set in the very bottom of the Aegis X. And then under the lid at the top, you have access to 1 2.5-inch drive bay, 2 3.5-inch drive bays, and those are actually tucked under a slimline optical drive. The motherboard supports 2 M.2 slots and 2 RAM slots, so you can get up to 32 gigs of RAM, but they're split up. So 1 RAM slot and 1 M.2 slot is in the main compartment of the case, and 1 RAM slot and 1 M.2 slot are mounted on the back of the motherboard, so that all you have to do is take off the left side panel, and you can access half of that stuff. So you can easily upgrade the memory and the M.2. And I do know that the pre-built kits that will be sold outside of North America will not have either of these populated. So if you want to user upgrade your system, you can add some RAM and add some storage through M.2 very easily just by taking off that one side panel. And that's pretty much it. In North America, you add whatever 6th generation Skylake CPU you want, you add whatever graphics card you want, you add some RAM and some storage, and you're pretty much good to go in some like crazy robotic styled computer case called the Aegis X. Thanks for watching this video, and thanks to Corsair for sending us to Computex 2016 this year. Check out their lapdog in the video description down below. It lets you play games on your couch with a full-size keyboard and mouse. Pretty sweet. Also, thank you to MSI for sending us here as well, like literally right here, to check out their Aegis X. Let me know what you guys think in the video description down below, and stay subscribed to Linus Tech Tips for all the rest of our Computex content. There we go.